Watch out, everybody. I have iced coffee.
You do?
I'm fired up, man. You know, I get a little caffeine sensitive, so you guys have got to excuse me.
I know. You're a little sensitive
I get all
with that
fired
stuff.
up, man.
I have
And
like
then I
4
get too-
cups, and I'm normal.
Then I get too like anxious, and I'm like, oh. Anyway, Wednesday, May 15th. I'm going to get right to it.
All right.
Because everybody seemed to like this with true or false.
Ooh, I like that too.
True or false. Now,
Okay.
first question
Bring it on.
for today. True or false? Do camels have 3 eyelids?
I'm
my
going
poker
to
face.
say yes.
You're right.
Yeah.
can't believe you got that one
because
right.
sand gets in their eyes.
You're right. And you know what? They actually have these long eyelashes. 2 of the eyelids have eyelashes. When I first saw this, I'm like, that's ridiculous. They don't have 3 eyelids. But they actually have 3 eyelids. Okay,
See,
ready
I
for
paid
this?
attention in school.
You're
Okay.
doing much better at this than Street Slang 101.
I know.
Okay,
That's
second
my
question. True or false? Albert Einstein could not speak fluently until he was like 9, and his parents were worried that he had cognitive disabilities. Retarded.
I know what that means.
I spit it on myself. Whoops.
True.
Damn! 2 for 2. That is true. Albert Einstein could not speak fluently until a little bit past the age of 9.
I thought he had Asperger's syndrome.
He did have Asperger's syndrome, and a lot of brilliant people actually have Asperger's syndrome. So, yes.
And I'm pretty brilliant myself.
Do you have Asperger's syndrome?
I don't, but I'm pretty brilliant.
Yes. Talk about the flaming Asperger. Anyway. Okay. Number 3. True or false? When you lie, does your nose start to run?
False.
Damn! I fucking can't stump you today. It's false. Okay. All right.
I just guessed that one.
Question number 4.
Okay.
Okay.
I like these questions.
True or false?
Where do you get this shit?
I got so I can't give up my sources.
All right.
Sky. Okay. Ready? Question number 4 as you take a swig of your coffee.
Yes.
Giving Starbucks a free plug. 15 people die a day by donkeys.
By donkeys?
Yeah, are killed by donkeys a day throughout the world. 15 people.
False.
You're right. You're right. Damn, you're 4.
That's a little crazy.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, we did cover a story about a man being killed by his donkey. Remember that one? It was like the mayor of the town who had a donkey. You have to go way back into our episodes.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've never heard of it.
No, it doesn't happen 15
No.
people a day.
No.
Okay, the final question. You can actually go. Everybody, I know you're fucking flipping out right now. Sky could actually go 5 for 5 on true or false.
What do I get?
You will be totally redeeming yourself.
I will? What will I get?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I can't give you anything. I just
can't?
by my girl. But all right. True or false? Does bubble gum contain rubber?
True.
Yes.
Yay! I'm
5
so
for
smart.
5. It actually does contain rubber. A lot of people are not. It's a synthetic type of rubber.
Yeah, I'm pretty smart, man.
We're done with true or false. You went 5 for 5. I am very impressed with you. We have to talk about this 75-year-old pimp in New Jersey.
What's up with that?
You know, if there was going to be a 75-year-old pimp anywhere in the world, it would be Dirty Jersey, and he was in Dirty Jersey. He was running a prostitution ring in the senior home. James Parham, guys, if you haven't heard about this gentleman, James Parham, I don't know if you want to consider him a gentleman, but he was kind of like Huggy Bear.
75 years old.
He was 75. He had it all down.
Only in Jersey.
Yeah,
Gotta love Jersey.
It was part of this senior, senior complex. It had like 151 units.
Wow, that's a pretty big senior citizen home.
Yeah, and he was 75 years old, and he was like the pimp.
Okay.
He was not only that, but he had an accomplice, which was a 66-year-old woman, Cheryl Chaney.
Not his wife?
It wasn't. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know.
Was he all pimped
Might have
out,
been his
walking
head
around?
hoe.
Was he walking around the senior citizen home all pimped out?
He could have been. He could have been looking like Huggy Bear, but I mean, he had it down. He had now. Not only was he a pimp, okay?
Wow.
But Cheryl Chaney, his accomplice, the 66-year-old accomplice, she was trafficking drugs. They were letting people snort cocaine, have focus. It was like a party.
You know what? That sounds like the old folks' home to be, people. I mean, you don't want to go down old and bored. Come on now.
This guy's going down swinging. I mean, he had hookers, cocaine.
Wow.
He was like not fucking around. And he had old hoes and he had young hoes. He had some of the people.
Oh, so you could choose old or young hoe.
Old hoes, yeah. And they were party, get
experienced?
down. Yeah, people said they were complaining because there were used rubbers in the hallways and everything. It got fucked up.
Wow.
James Parham was a straight Pimp at 75 years
Wow.
old, but he's
Go,
in jail
man.
now.
All
And
right.
his accomplice Cheryl Chaney, she's locked up too, apparently, or at least they haven't done anything. But they did not arrest any of the women that were so-called prostitutes.
Really? Where
Young
are
or
they?
old. I don't know. They let them go. I
They're
guess
probably
they didn't have
sitting in
enough-
their rooms knitting socks.
Yeah, getting ready to do a trick. You
Yeah.
know. Now, staying on the whole prostitution subject.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this guy, Mohammed Ahmed?
Muhammad Ahmed.
This guy, let me tell you.
I did hear about that.
First of all, there's people getting prostitutes on Craigslist. And then LinkedIn just yesterday said, you know what? You no longer can solicit prostitution because they were allowing people.
What?
Yeah.
They were?
On LinkedIn, you could.
Because it's a job.
Yeah, it's a job. And you could be like, yeah, I hired this prostitute and she was great. You know,
You
she
could
was
leave
great.
reviews?
Reviews. And they're like,
All
no,
right.
we no longer want to be associated with that.
Okay.
So that happened. Craigslist said bailed. LinkedIn bailed. This guy in New Jersey who's a 75-year-old pimp got busted. Then last week, this guy goes on his honeymoon. Okay. All right.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah, I'm going to go on a honeymoon. He's 21 years old. He goes, takes his wife-
21?
21.
All right,
That's where he fucked up
Hello,
already.
too young to get married, people.
And that's
You
why
should be out drinking at that age.
Exactly. And that's why
Yeah.
what happened, you know, what I'm going to talk about this soon to follow happened. Because
Okay.
he's 21. Now, he's from Illinois. He goes down to Orlando. I think he was
Okay.
down in Orlando, right?
Yep, he was.
He's on his honeymoon, and he decides, you know what? I'm going to go get a prostitute. So he solicits this
Okay,
prostitute.
hold up.
Why he's on his honeymoon?
Okay, but wait a minute.
Yes.
I just read somewhere that while people are on their honeymoon, they have sex at least 2.4 times a day.
Well, this guy might have been having more than because he's probably having 2.4
No, I'm
with
just
his
no.
wife.
Well, maybe his wife wasn't putting out. I mean, on your honeymoon, that should be the busiest time.
Yeah.
There's no kids usually. It's all good. It's all fun.
It's time to get dirty.
All right.
Well, he was getting real dirty.
Yeah.
He was. I don't
So
know
he
how
went
dirty
to
he was
go
getting
get
with
a
his wife,
prostitute.
but he was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get me some strange.
Honey,
looking.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get us some coffee.
So he solicits his prostitute. Okay, the prostitute is part of a major sting operation that's going down in Orlando. He just happens to.
He just happened to pick that
He
one.
just happened to pick this.
He picked a good one.
He picked it, right? She's undercover. Okay. He gets caught up in this major sting, okay?
Yeah.
So then they arrest him, okay? And his wife's
And
like,
his wife's
where
like,
the fuck's
okay,
my husband?
where's my latte?
He's like, right.
He's supposed to be
You know what I'm
back.
saying? He's supposed to come back with a latte and some bubble gum with rubber in it. But
That's right.
So he doesn't show. She panics and she's like, shit. Calls the police for a missing person. And
Yeah.
they basically have to say,
My
yeah,
husband's
we have
missing.
Really? Your husband's when did he go missing?
Well, he just, he left like 8 hours ago to get me a cup of coffee, and he
Yeah?
didn't come back.
What-
I'm really worried about him. We're
what's
on
his-
our honeymoon.
Oh, okay. Just, ma'am, calm down. What's his name?
His name is Mohammed Ahmed.
Ahmed? Oh, hold on 1 second. Hey, Bill. I got that guy Muhammad's wife on the line. They're on their honeymoon, right? He goes out to get a prostitute. Little does she know, we got him in lockup with the rest of the Johns. Now, that's what happens. They have to basically tell this woman that
Poor
her
girl.
husband... Yeah.
Well, it's
that
a
her-
little girl.
Yeah, it's a little girl.
21
actually,
year old.
21 years old. That basically her husband was getting a prostitute. Okay?
Yeah.
But that's not. This is the thing. It's a 4-day sting, right?
Okay.
Which took place between May 8th and May 11th, and they
Okay.
netted 92 arrests.
Wow, that's a
39
lot.
guys. This guy was part of 39 Johns. John, if you guys are not familiar with street, is basically a guy who solicited a prostitute,
Mm-hmm.
right? 39. Now, among them also was a 45-year-old youth minister, Samuel Yoon, who was expecting, okay?
A youth minister? That's great. Everybody needs somebody to talk to
You know,
in their youth.
Sam's good guy, good
Yeah.
Samaritan, youthful minister helping.
That's right. That's great.
Well, Samuel Yoon was
Yeah.
busted expecting to have sex with a 14-year-old. Okay? Okay?
He's doing some youth counseling
Yeah.
there, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So he's sitting there with Muhammad Ahmed and the other 12 pimps that got arrested during this thing.
You know what? We deliver some fucking awesome news on the
Awesome
Kevin
news.
White Show.
So always think about
Yes.
where you go get your prostitutes.
Yes. Do a little research first. Read some reviews. Make sure you don't get one, and you get,
Right, because you could end up like...
We're just looking out for you.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Now, we did the comment challenge, and you know what?
We got
I'm
a lot of comments.
We did have some good
Holy
comments.
shit, you guys are good.
You guys want to roll this week. There were a lot of them. I had to choose mine.
Yeah.
And I gave it to. And this is the thing. My winner was Clips Ryan. Now, Clips Ryan, if you're watching this, we contact you through your YouTube inbox. Okay. Or you have to contact me at kevin@thekevinwhiteshow.com
we can't send you shit,
to send you stuff because we don't have an email to send you your gift card. So Clips Ryan, if you're watching this, and the other winner who Sky will be announcing, you guys have to contact us.
Contact us. You know where to find us.
Wherever you leave the comment, just contact us. Now, Clips Ryan's comment was, that's one huge insect orgy. First, there's masturbation to stop masturbation, shame. And now the cicadas are back to fuck for their species survival. Sex sells and saves.
I love that. He's talking about our cicada story,
which he kind of brought 2 shows into it, you know, because we had the 2013 Masturbate-a-thon.
We were very educational last week, in case you guys didn't pay attention.
Yes, about this. I was about the cicada.
That is a very fun. You were.
Yeah, don't take credit.
You just freaked me out.
You and all the other people ripping me up about how much I knew about cicadas.
Yeah.
They sound like Slee Stacks. You remember that? Did you ever see? No, because you were in Holland. You came to the States. How old were you?
16.
16. Okay, yeah. There was a show here in the States when I was a teenager, and it was called Land of the Lost. And they had the Slee Stacks, and they went like, wow. All the old school people are watching the show, recognizing what the fuck I'm talking about.
Okay, well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, who was your favorite?
My favorite comment was from LOL at Clint. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And this is what he said. Was Barry White on top of you? Right on, right on.
Yeah, you
well,
like
you
that.
know what? Barry White wasn't, but someone else was. But I do wake up with Barry White all the time.
That's great. You know, you seriously wait? I mean, what?
I
with
do.
His corpse?
No. I didn't mean it that way. I have him on my iPod. My iPod alarm goes off, and it's Barry White.
You love it? What song?
Living in Ecstasy.
Yeah, that's some
like
good down and dirty music.
You know what? That's some
your
nice
pillow
music
must be
to
lucky,
wake up to.
Right. Now, anyway,
you know, I want to cover some celebrity news because there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah, there is.
So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, which everyone was talking about the last 2 days, is did you hear that Angelina Jolie had a double mastectomy?
I did, because it was trending. It was the big news yesterday.
It was.
And going into today.
Yeah, so Angelina Jolie's mom, I believe, passed away from...
Yeah, she passed away from breast cancer when she was 56.
Yeah, when she was very young. So Angelina got tested for this BRCA1 gene, which basically tells you if you're, if you could end up getting breast cancer, if you have a high risk. And she basically had like an 87% chance of,
getting that.
Getting breast cancer.
And then they said something about ovarian cancer,
and also ovarian cancer,
wow.
which that's pretty scary. So she underwent this surgery, and she's doing pretty well. Yeah. And then, there were some other actors that went through this. Christina Applegate, because she did have breast cancer. Yeah. Sharon Osbourne went through it. So a lot of people are being preventative.
And it's good because, there were some people like, why they make, this is the thing. It's just like when certain things happen, like when you have a woman like Angelina, when this news broke about her having the double mastectomy, it was trending, not just in the U.S., it was trending in India.
I was shocked.
It was trending, if you went on Google, it was trending all over the world because she's such a familiar face and she's such a big celebrity.
She does so much great
just work, she's a humanitarian.
Yeah.
So you look at someone like this, and when someone like this goes public about it, it not only is it educational, but a lot of women follow suit. A lot of women this beautiful woman.
I should look into that too.
Yeah, and it does. It makes a huge impact. And these other actresses that went through the same thing, it makes a huge impact. People can sit there and go, wow, they're no different than... they are kind of different.
You know what? I never
have more of an influence.
I never even thought about being preventative like that and having something like that done.
Right.
Like I'm thinking everyone should get checked for this gene.
They should get checked for it. I mean, and then some women will be like, I don't want to lose my breasts and stuff like this. But something like this will make them be, first of all, more aware to get checked. Should get checked for the gene. If you've had, anyone in your family pass away from breast cancer and stuff like this. And it's good when people who have a lot of, I guess, celebrity status do things like this. Like when the basketball player came out a couple weeks ago, that was great, because now you had a guy that, wow, he's a mainstream athlete,
and he came out,
and that made other people that, are not coming out say, have the courage to come out and do this. So I like when you see people that have that type of pull with the mainstream media.
I think that was good that she did that.
Yeah.
Now, another thing that people are talking about is, I believe this is one of your favorite shows because you've told me about this.
24 bitches. I just cut you off. Jack Bauer is back.
Jack Bauer. So wait, it's going to be all the same cast, everything the same. So why are they bringing it back?
Live another day. That's what it's going to be called. But they're going to bring 24 back. It should be. They're going to work on everything. Jack Bauer, the writers from Homeland and all that are getting together. It should be really good. They said it's going to be very interesting. What they're doing is it's going to premiere probably in May of 2014. Okay. And they're going to make it a 12-part series. So even though they used to do 24 episodes because it was 1 hour, it was in real time, they're going to make it so it's more like Homeland and Game of Thrones and these other things. So it's probably a three months, and then you wait throughout the year for the next time. Yeah. So
I bet you're excited.
I'm excited about it. Everybody else, all my friends that watched.
It's a ways away, though.
It is a ways away, but time
Speaking
flies.
of a ways away, did you guys hear that Beyonce may be with child?
Yes.
She was on a concert tour in Belgium, and she canceled one of her concerts because due to dehydration and exhaustion, they were saying. But of course, everyone's going. We think there's a little more to it.
Could be.
Yeah, and also she was wearing some loose-fitting clothing, and people were commenting about her. Little tummy maybe brewing under there. That could be nice for Blue Ivy to have a little brother or sister.
Right, and it's close. The kids are close together. So, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if there's any chances that she is pregnant, all her, her people, I don't know what are going to tell her to stay on the cautious side.
Just like she did before. Well, I like to deliver. Do you watch that show, The Voice?
The Voice?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Sometimes.
Well, Shakira's leaving.
Right. I like Shakira.
I know. She was only there for one season, and she's leaving already.
I liked her, man. I liked her. I didn't like some of the other divas. I really liked Shakira. I thought she was more down to earth.
She was down to earth. She was very nice. Well, anyway, Christina Aguilera is coming back.
Okay.
Why did she leave to begin with?
I don't know.
Well, what my philosophy is, she was feeling a bit swole. So she's back in the news now. I just have to say it because you know what?
Candy coated. Why don't you next time?
Because
Sky?
I can.
Right.
You can. It's our show.
Right.
So anyway, she lost a ton of weight. Christina Aguilera. She was on the cover of all these magazines. Right. Anyway, she's coming back for $12 million.
Yeah, I'd be coming back too.
Yeah. So $12 million. So
she was more of a. She was not. She kind of was like.
I find her very annoying.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. Awesome talent, great singer and everything, but she just seemed like such a diva on that show. She seemed very standoffish and stuff like that. And maybe I was imagining, I don't know, but that's the impression I got from her. So I don't know. I guess sometimes they need that, the Simon Cowell, female Simon Cowells of the world.
Well, I got a little bit more celebrity news.
Okay.
I'll hurry it up. Charlie Sheen, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I am too.
I don't know why. I just like him.
He just doesn't give a fuck.
He just doesn't. And I think he's funny as shit.
And people love to see, this whole country loves to beat people down and build them back up. Yeah. And that's Charlie Sheen's whole life. And it's
anyway, Charlie Sheen is a very, very great ex-husband.
Right.
Said by his first ex-wife, Denise Richards. They have 2 little daughters together. They've been divorced a long time. He got remarried to Brooke Mueller, who is a little bit of a fuck up.
Right.
A little bit of a fuck up. So she's in drug rehab right now, and her 2 twin boys who are 4 years old, cute, look like little Charlie Sheens, have been taken away by her. And guess who's watching them?
Denise Richards.
Denise Richards, ex-wife number 1. She just takes everybody in. She's a really nice person.
This is the thing. Brooke, it's going to come down. They're going back to court. Brooke Mueller, obviously has at the Betty Ford clinic and stuff, and she's, the mother of these 2 kids, but she lost custody of them. Yeah. And Denise Richards took it on. She did not ask for anything from Charlie. I'm sure she gets a pretty hefty amount of child support, But
she just took these little boys in to be with their sisters.
She took them in. Yeah. And now this Brooke Mueller wants to basically get her brother to have custody of the boys. And it's very obvious she's getting a $55,000 a month child support payment from Charlie Sheen.
$55,000. That is someone's salary for a year.
It is. And she does not want to lose that. She has written Denise Richards has a letter of her saying that she doesn't want to lose that money that she wrote to.
Because it's nice to pay for the drug habit. Right.
So, if I'm a judge, okay, and Denise Richards has taken on the responsibility of these 2 boys, and she's doing a good job of it, obviously. It seems like everything's fine. Her and Charlie Sheen are making it work. And, Charlie Sheen has the ability to give the money to whoever the hell he wants, whoever's taking care of the kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he's going to see more of the kids. I'm not going to take a chance of putting these 2 boys in a back in an environment where there's going to be a lot of drug use, you know, and this woman's not through the, you know, I mean, you don't ever want to take kids away from their mom, but at the same time, you don't ever want to fucking put them in an environment where they could be, you know, where it's
they're
bad.
in danger. It's
And the biggest thing is she lost the kids, obviously.
It's like the second time already that she's lost them.
She's lost them the second time, and it's like it seems like the boys are not a priority to her. And then on top of that, it seems like what is a priority is her getting that $55,000 paycheck.
So she can party a little bit more.
So, I mean, if I was the judge, there's no fucking way. I would let Denise Richards, you
exactly.
know. And Charlie Sheen could give her the money because she's doing what she's supposed to do with the money.
That's right.
So
anyway. Last news of the day. Do you want to tell it?
Last news of the day?
Last news of the day. It's up here. Because I take charge, baby.
Yeah, Kanye West's whole month has just been fucking trash.
He's not having a good month,
Bumped his fucking head on a street sign, got mad as shit, blamed the paparazzi.
Well, he was like flipping out on paparazzi.
Because he was clumsy.
The fuck alone. You're calling my girlfriend fat. She's carrying my child, flipping out. He runs into a fucking metal street sign, huge bump on his head. What happens then?
Then he crashes a $750,000 car into Kim Kardashian's gate and just crushes that shit up.
Yeah.
But you know what? I would like to have the type of problems Kanye West has.
I know.
Oh, I crashed my $750,000
car.
I don't feel sorry for Kanye West. I do. I can relate to them with the paparazzi because they can get annoying as shit, especially, you know, snapping the pictures and stuff. But Kim and Kanye together, you should expect that. Get better security.
Well, yeah, they're like the biggest news right now.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If I had security, you know, I told you, I've already done this in one of our shows. If I was a celebrity, my security would be like Thug Central.
Yeah.
I'd be like this.
That's very smart.
Yeah, they'd be like, you know what? You ain't supposed to be taking pictures of Mr. White. We went over this shit last week when I smashed your friend's nuts in, all right? You take some more pictures, I'm going to shove that fucking shutter flash camera up your ass. That's how it would go down with me.
Okay.
All right?
All right. So we're almost done here on the Kevin White Show, but I want to ask you some questions.
What would you like to ask?
Make a choice, bitch. You know, you can't get out of it.
She sneaks that shit in. Okay.
Yes.
You can't get out of it. Okay.
So, first question.
Yes.
I want to, since I know you love to eat, okay? It's a food question.
Okay.
Since we talked about cicadas, I don't know if you've seen this on the internet, but people eat them. Have you seen pictures of that?
No, I don't go.
So would you rather have cicada kebabs, like grilled cicadas on a kebab, or some deep fried tarantulas? These are all
cicada kebabs.
They're all delicacies.
Yeah, not in Kevin White's house. Oh,
you would eat cicadas?
Yeah, deep fried tarantulas. Oh, Sky, you're looking at me.
Well, no, that's not my question.
No, I'm going to ask you. Okay, I'm going to flip the script. All right, everybody? Because every time I give an answer, Sky's like, you would do that? Like I'm some kind of look, let me tell you something. What would you rather have?
None.
No. Okay, if you had to, I know you would eat a tarantula.
No, I can't do it.
Right.
No,
if your life depended on it, which one would you eat?
I guess I'd have to eat the bugs too.
Yeah, the big red-eyed bugs. You'd be crunching the bugs down and getting them rest out with a toothpick. They might be good.
Question number 2.
All right.
Would you rather play basketball or golf, like professionally?
Golf.
Golf?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Really? You just think it's great?
First of all, I'm going to break this down for you real quick. Okay. Basketball is cool. It's everybody loves you. You're a big celebrity. I don't want that shit, okay? I don't want the paparazzi and people all up in your business. Every time you take a shit, they're like, oh, Kevin White jumped 2 big loads today, you know? I don't want that. I don't want to play 82 games a season. Basketball season's almost the entire year. Okay. Now, so is golf. And the practice, the media, I wouldn't want to do it. And it's harder on your body. Golf, you can start playing when you're 18 years old. You play in warm weather climates.
Oh,
even
yeah.
if you
pretty
suck
golf courses. Yeah.
You get a 20th place like this past tournament at the Players' Championship.
How much did I earn?
The guy that got like dead last, that made the cuts and got dead last got like 17 grand. Okay.
Wow.
That was
bad,
that was like 50th fucking place. Okay. The winner Tiger Woods got 1.7 million. Okay. It is so easy on your body. You see guys doing the senior tour, playing to their 60, 65,
the senior
70.
tour?
They start the seniors, the master, which just starts when you're 50 years old.
Yeah.
You can play and make a huge amount of money. But the bottom line is that it has such a long life. Basketball player, you might be lucky to play 5, 10 years if you're really awesome. And I would love to be able to say, oh, you know what? I'm going to go play a tournament this weekend, 4 days, fly out, play the tournament, come back and make me 25 grand.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Right?
You know?
All right. Last question of the day. All right. If you had to get a piercing on your body besides your ears, would you rather get your tongue pierced or your belly? Your belly button.
I mean, God, man, a belly piercing on guys doesn't look too, it looks kind of metrosexual, but I'd probably go with that because I don't want all that machinery up in my mouth. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something.
I can do everything. My mouth does not need machinery.
My brother got his tongue pierced and tried to hide it from our parents.
Right?
Well, when you get your tongue pierced, it swells up, so you can't talk or eat.
Yeah, you talk like a fucking cock.
Yeah, so he basically he couldn't talk, and
right.
and he was drinking milkshakes, and they found out pretty quick, but it was pretty awful.
Yeah,
I don't know how he did it.
I saw a guy. I was getting a tattoo done years ago. I mean, this was literally 20 years ago. I was getting a tattoo done, and I'm sitting in his shop, and this is back when no one got tattoos. And there was a guy who was in there, and he was getting his tongue pierced, and no one at all was doing it.
They pull it out with clamps.
They pull it out, and they use this thing that looked like a damn hole puncher.
Yeah.
And I just was sitting there, and the guy's working on my arm, and I'm sitting there looking at this guy, and the guy, all of a sudden they go, okay, and he pulls out, and he goes, and they go, boom, and he goes, and I'm looking at him, and and the guy goes, you okay? And he's like, now, I'm gonna tell you what, it is the first time in my life, and I swear to you, that I ever saw a person, when you say people turn green,
yeah.
He turned green, like he turned pale, really pale.
Yeah, he didn't turn.
And then he got green. And he's sitting there, he's like,
did he pass out?
And his sweat started rolling down his forehead. I'm like, hey, man, dude, you might want to take this needle off my arm and go check out dude. Because and I'm like, hey, man, I'm serious, man. Dude's ready to fall. So, clunk.
He falls over?
And then he laid on his side, and it was like throwing up on the side. I'm like, oh, wow.
He was throwing up?
Yeah, he just puked. He was like,
why do people do this?
That was my experience with that shit. And I'm like,
all right.
Not me. So I'd have to look kind of like, metrosexual right. with the belly button pierced.
With a little sparkly something.
Guys, run over to iTunes, subscribe. It takes 2 seconds to do it. If
leave us some fun comments. We like those. We like those.
Definitely do that. And also turn your friends on to us. Tell them about the Kevin White Show.
You can also send in questions for Make a Choice, Bitch, to me.
And you can also leave a comment and win a $28 gift card from Amazon. And we are out.
Oh, my God. So much. Bye.
Yeah. God damn. Some sensitivity, man. That motherfucker ain't handicapped. Just straight bust me in my head with a goddamn suitcase.
That sounds like an alarm.
That's dangerous.
Danger.
You don't want to do that, okay?
Danger.
Right out the danger. He's like, hey.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Hey.
Holy complications.
Hey, Robin. So I'm giving out compliments, Telemundo. But anyway,